In this video, I'm going to give you a high-level overview about how economics research works in real life. And this is going to be useful to you because the project that you're going to be doing in ECON 395 is going to try and replicate the process of doing original research in economics as closely as we can get within a semester. And so imperial economics researchers answer narrow and precisely formulated questions using data and econometrics. Our questions have to be narrow and precise in order to be able to use our empirical tools about causal inference, such as the different regression techniques you will have studied in Econ 326. Now, formulating these precise questions is not natural or easy. It's in fact one of the toughest parts of doing empirical research in economics, and unfortunately it's kind of the first thing that you have to do when you are pursuing a new project. So how do we do that? We usually start with a general idea or topic, and then we refine it down into this precise question. And so our precise question is really closely related to the X and Y variables that we will use in regressions or the other empirical tools. And so we get to this precise kind of close to the data question from a kind of general idea or topic by examining what other researchers have written, exploring and thinking about the data that we have at our disposal, which can partly come from this reading of what other people have written, and then from thinking about the real world phenomena that we're trying to study. And so this process leads to a bunch of answers to precise questions in which we have a high degree of confidence. Why do we want to sort of organize our work in that way? Well, we want to have this high degree of confidence so that each paper that gets written, each analysis that gets done, contributes to a storehouse of knowledge that we can rely on as containing a bunch of things that we know to be true. And so when you have a bunch of true things on kind of related questions that are all answered together, you build up a picture of the world. And so in economics, we kind of casually refer to this picture of the world that sort of lies in a whole bunch of different work that people have done. We refer to that as the literature. Research gets added to this storehouse through the process of scientific publishing, which I'll talk about in a different video. And so the work that we do is vetted by other experts for methodological rigor and accuracy when we try and publish it. And publishing it, you may have heard the term publish or perish. Publishing things is sort of how research sort of gets that gold star of approval as being, as being true, or at least as close to true as we can get it. And so this process of vetting, of having other experts read your work and decide whether it's good enough to go into that storehouse of knowledge, that process really shapes how we approach doing our research. An important sort of result of this kind of decentralized and kind of unorganized collective process of asking questions, vetting them, and publishing, vetting the answers and publishing, mean that there's no sort of collective plan for the work that gets done. And the literature about any given topic, including the topic that you are going to want to work on yourself, is not organized in any coherent way. We have to go to the things that other people have discovered and build for ourselves this picture of the world according to the literature. And it's vital to know what other people have done. You may have heard the phrase, we stand on the shoulders of giants in science, and that's very true. And so before we can proceed with our topic, and in order to refine our topic into a precise question that we can answer with data, we need to find out what other people have said. We need to build up this picture of existing work and understand it in order to kind of be able to easily and precisely formulate our question. And so diving into the literature, which is something that we're going to talk about, is really important in not just sort of in building up a kind of evidence base that you can sort of say, oh, here's what we know, but in understanding what's possible, what other people have done, how have they done it, that sort of indicates to you what it's possible to do. What data did they use? How did they ask their questions? What techniques did they employ from econometrics? How did they make their arguments? All of those things are vital ingredients to efficiently and successfully performing your own work to a high degree of quality, which is what we all hope for you for this semester.